Anime. I don't watch a lot of anime. I've never watched this anime. This is based off of an anime. I think I tried to watch like the first episode, but I got like kind of bored. So I stopped. And that's as far as I got with it. So I've played .hack GU a lot. I've played through the original trilogy on PlayStation 2 a number of times, so I'll be able to talk pretty in depth about like some of the changes. I mean, even down to like some of the like sound effect changes and stuff like that. And I noticed a couple just right off the bat in the couple minutes that I played of it. I didn't even go into the first like area. Like I just got to the first time I got control and could walk around, and then walked around for a bit, and then that was my OBS test. So I'm coming into most of this blind as far as the changes go. But I do have a lot of experience with the game, so we'll see how it goes. My plan for this is to pretty much just keep playing it until we don't want to play it anymore, which, you know, may be the very end of the game. So who knows how many times we'll be streaming this and for how long, but I'm just going to keep going until we, yep, me and my Animu girls. You know it. The early game edge, oh, it's so bad. It's cringe-worthy. It's so awful. Like, I love so much about this game, but like Haseo on the first disc is easily my least favorite thing. Also, there's a continue option. I don't think that was there before. I think you had to like manually load data, so change number 1. But we're gonna start a new game. There's also this cheat mode. It doesn't actually tell you what it does here, but I think basically what it does is like, it either like maxes out your level or like just gives you infinite HP or something immediately, so you can basically just play the game without having any challenge whatsoever. Like, it's literally impossible to lose. So we'll stick with the normal game. And commence anime. Anime. Yeah, that video was like a little bit grainy probably compared to like modern HD standards, but there's probably not a lot they could actually have done with those like actual FMVs. It's when you really start to get in the game that like if you played the PS2 version, you will really appreciate just how much smoother all of this is. One thing that I think is really cool that I'm actually liking a lot is that normally on the PS2 during all of these like cinematics that are happening or whatever, it basically letterboxes it really hard. Like there's black boxes on the top like 1/5 of the screen, and then on the bottom like 1/3 of the screen. That's where all the subtitles go. But in this version, as you can see, they just kind of overlay the text onto the video, and it's like never letterboxed, and I think that looks really good.
Hey.
And also, do keep in mind that this is just like an upscaled PS2 game, so
I'm talking to you.
Don't expect too much out of the textures. But that being said, you know, it still looks alright.
So, I take it this is your first time playing this game.
Yeah, I just finished installing it to my PC.
Well, if you wish, we will be honored to show you around.
My theory is that like this opening dialogue was written like well before like the first thing they ever wrote, because their English is super janky here sometimes.
I promise you won't regret it.
Yeah, like otherwise they would have to completely like re-render all of that, and that's just not gonna happen.
Here, I'll hand you my member address.
Got some member addresses.
Member addresses are short.
So this right here
you can only use...
See how he kind of like breaks up his text?
Short mail allows you to instantly send and receive messages from any player.
I think what they were
online
originally
in the world.
going for was like he's typing out a line at a time.
That you have member addresses for.
And also
to
that
join
you
into
have
your
member
party.
addresses for to join into your
Alright,
party.
So let's open
So
the
like
menu.
this is all just really kind of janky. I'm not sure why. Press triangle to open it. It gets better. Like it's pretty much fine the rest of the time, but like they just kind of abandoned that whole like they talk one line at a time thing, probably because that would get really annoying. So here's our menu. Not too much to see as far as changes here. You could tell this menu was very large. That hasn't changed at all. Font has changed though. It's nice and smooth. I like it.
This is a list of all the people who have a member address.
Yeah, I think like in-game, they talk about this in the forums sometimes, like in-game forums, not like outside the game forums, but probably there too. I think that they have like they put on headsets basically, like complete VR headsets, and then like just sit there and are immersed in the game, and then they like use the controller while like viewing it. So it's kind of like an extension of them, but that's about as far as they get into it. So we get to add these people to our party. They are higher level than us, as you may have guessed.
Let's have some fun.
To have some fun.
I am honored to lend you my sword.
Okay, great. Now your party is complete. Remember, you can only invite people logged into the world.
Remember, you can invite people that are
Enough
offline.
with the formalities. Should we go on to your first adventure?
Your first adventure, head to the save shop. So now we get to run around, and this is buttery smooth. I love the way this looks. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like this run is a little bit faster. His animation is not, but I feel like the distance you cover is faster. Rengeki, you're going to hear Rengeki probably 1,000 times or more throughout the course of this. So we can talk to our save shop buddy here. This is my one file that I have, so we'll overwrite that. Do you know Tri-Edge? Man, I love this game. You're going to hear more about tuning forks in this game than anyone ever has before. We can talk to all these people. We can get quite a bit into it. We can actually start trading at this point also. Sometimes they'll have stuff. It's explaining all of that in those dialogue boxes, but we'll just do that ourselves. So they have, we get a level 10 blade here. We can't use that. We are an adept rogue, so we only use twin blades at the moment. So he's got some stuff, but we're not going to worry about that. There is a dude, it might be Wing. Yeah, he's got a level 4 dual sword, so like if you really want it, it's pretty easy to trade for it if you really want it. Like sprite drops. We don't need that many sprite drops right now, and look how much it fills up the bar. So, you could have like a sprite drop and a health drink and get those. So, I don't know. I guess we might as well just go ahead. But we can't equip... Actually, can we equip? I can't remember. I think in the first game you could equip... Okay, yeah, so you have to be that level. I think in the first, like, quadrilogy, you could equip weapons above your level. The level was just kind of the strength of the weapon, so...
This is a transporter called the Chaos Gate. Players can use this to travel from the root town to other locations. Choose Warp menu.
And it also kind of, like, I kind of like that this gives, like, people in the game, when they're explaining things to you using game terms, it makes sense because we're also playing a game. We are controlling somebody who is playing a game.
You can warp to these areas by combining 3 words at the Chaos Gate.
These words determine the type of area, monster strength, and so on.
I would like my 3 words to be double cheeseburger.
All right.
What kind of monster strength does that give me?
Choose area word from the menu.
Yeah, trading is pretty important, actually. Like, the shop weapons are not really that great, but the other thing with trading is that you can get, like, this is way into the future, but, like, customization bits for your weapons to give them, like, abilities and stuff. A lot of times random people will just have those super good parts that you can't really find anywhere else. No, unfortunately, double cheeseburger is not an area where they use very anime words.
The thing at the top is the word plate.
The word plate. You'll never hear that referred to again, by the way.
Combine the 3 words in here to create the area you want to go. The gyro at the left of the
screen. The gyro at the left of the screen.
Words. You can get more words by getting information from other players, emails, and forums. Okay, why don't you give it a try?
I wonder which word we should pick.
Choose courageous from your stock.
Choose courageous. Like, I really have a choice. Should we pick courageous, 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 or courageous? So, courageous,
Okay.
engaging
Now you can go to your
daydream.
first area. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. See the mark left of the area word? That's a server symbol. It
They get
indicates the server you're
really in
currently
depth.
in. Right now, it's showing triangle for delta.
No, it's showing delta for delta. That's a Greek letter, you imbecile.
So, as you can see, we are all in the delta server.
If it's a different server, you'll go to another area even with the same area word.
Oh, man.
Pay attention
Like
to
I said,
the
they get
server
really
symbol
deep into it.
when
This is all
invited to
pretty
an
much
area
common
by a
sense by the
friend.
time you deal with it a couple times.
If you want to know more, just check out some of the forums.
There's all kinds of stuff on this list that is not common sense. Like, you notice there's an icon with like people and then an icon with two people and a heart. I actually do know what those mean, but they're not actually relevant right now, and they don't ever explain those as far as I know. Play on Leviathan. So we'll go to our first level 1 area. So it kind of, its appeal is that like you can pick any of the words and it'll give you a randomly generated area. But of course the area is based on like which words you pick. So, you know, you will always get the same one every
We've all been
pseudo
transported
So
to
it's
a
pseudo
field.
random? I don't know.
Open your map to take a look at the layout.
Go ahead and click big gray rectangle. Yeah, it is explained better than infection, that's true.
Use this screen to check current position, mission info, and any other information you may need.
We decided not to voice this line. So on our head is a hat. There will be a lot of people wearing that type of hat. That's the healer hat.
This is our mission.
This isn't a new game. It's a remake, yeah, as I said in chat. It's a remaster of the original PS2 games.
Missions are basically, well, I guess they're sort of like our objective.
I was explaining
for
the
area.
word mission, and then I realized that's actually self-explanatory.
It looks like this is a collection mission.
We must collect 3 symbol fragments and make our way to the
It's like
Beast
really
Temple.
slow starting out, and it does stay kind of slow, but apparently
The symbol
they've
fragments
increased
are
the
in
pacing a
treasure
bit,
chests
so
found
I'll
on
be
the altars.
experiencing that right along with y'all. I'm pretty excited to see what they do with
The
some of this
altars
stuff,
are
honestly.
protected by monsters, so the only options are to open the treasure without being seen, or defeat the monsters first, then open the treasure.
These are the altar icons. I suggest we first head to each of these icons and open the
It's never
treasure
this
chest.
slow, though. This is incredibly slow.
Now, this is the icon for the Beast Temple.
There's a legend on the right side of the map. I know how to read
which
a
is
map,
our
dude.
Final destination.
I've played this, actually I played this most recently about a year ago was the last time I played through the
Okay,
games.
Now that we've confirmed what our mission is, let's be on our way.
I'm like super, like down to I can tell where they have changed sound effects in the menu. Like that's how specific I can
Wait
get
up,
with some of this.
Asta. You forgot one more thing.
Look at the big blue orb.
Okay, this time let's
Platform
really get
rest.
going.
Was that a thing before? Did you have to use an item for that before? No, they won't let me leave. Hey, come back. Also, there's one thing. We can go through a lot of this menu, and a lot of this is not really like applicable to us right now. We have a skill. But I think one thing that's interesting is if you know this game, these guys are from Kestrel. So remember that. This is also like, these guys are not going to stick around, obviously. They're just kind of the people here to help you with your tutorial. So it's really the only chance you get to see like this artwork and stuff. The map still has those weird dots that tell you where you've been on the path.
Nice. We found an altar already.
Surprise attack. Yeah, I feel like this walking speed is faster. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just because it's so smooth it feels that way. I don't know. Kestrel is just that's their guild. We'll learn more about guilds and all that later. But if you see Adept Rogue, our Haseo here is independent, and our guild rank is nothing. They're in Kestrel with guild rank 10. So slow walk. Glad we can still do that. So we can sneak up behind these guys. Press X for a surprise attack. You want to do that as much as possible. I mean, it's free damage, so.
The battle area spreads out like this. The battle area is surrounded by the battle fence.
The battle fence.
So it's virtually impossible for anyone to escape.
The only way to escape from a battle is with an item called a smoke screen.
Asta and I don't have one right now, so we'll have to fight it out.
20%? Yeah, that's about right. It's enough to be noticeable if you've played it before. Yes, Hiseo is very edgy. Oh wow, that's... I think they got new voice samples for those attacks? Is that right? That would be weird if they did, but it sounds different. So yeah, we have a charge attack. Where he says, die!
That's it. Just continue fighting like that.
There's something I'm interested in. I think we can change the... Yeah, right now they're both set to life, which essentially means they won't do anything. I wonder if we set them to free will, if they'll help us out and speed this up. Looks like they will. So normally the way this battle goes is that you just have to hit these guys over and over again because they're just set on life and like, well, the only thing they'll do is heal you. So, oh wow, 390 experience? Man, I heard that they increased the experience, but that's a bit much. I thought it was like before you, essentially the way the experience worked before, I think, was if you fought enemies your level, you would get 100 experience, and it's always 1,000 to the next level. So if they gave you like 390 from that, man, they really sped it up. Yep. Open the treasure chest. It's a big long-winded dialogue box about opening the treasure chest. We get a symbol fragment. Barb, what's up, buddy? All right, so next symbol fragment. I was trying to say symbol fragment, and I was saying like signal fragment.
All right, we found another altar.
All right. Up to 500% on certain enemies, man.
I'll teach you about using skills.
See, one of the things I really liked about GU was its experience system. It's like I said before, you get 100 experience, or at least did, for fighting enemies your level, and it's always 1,000 experience to the next level. So like whether you're level 1 or level 140, you know, you still fight the same amount of battles to level up. So it's pretty consistent.
We got him. The regular and combo attacks are just simply normal attacks. Skills enable you to do much more damage to your enemies.
Yeah, I modded some people, and I also have I've changed Nightbot around. So hopefully he won't be so judicious. There are some things that he'll still crack down on, but in terms of like caps and emotes and stuff like that, you've got to go like pretty overboard. And even then, he'll just kind of give you a slap on the wrist. So I think it actually banned somebody for 10 minutes on the last stream I did, just for caps. So I am sorry for that person. So yeah, we're gonna use the skill trigger by pressing R1.
Okay, what you see here is the skill trigger menu.
Yeah, it is. .hack HD, last Recode.
Panels? You can press the button that corresponds to each panel to execute the different arts.
I love having a million choices that are all just the same choice. That's like my favorite thing about the start of this game. Should I use Gale Blade, Gale Blade, Gale Blade, or Gale Blade? Let's try Circle. Gale Blade! And yes, this is one of those games where he says the name of every skill every time you use it.
The skill trigger is not just a shortcut.
It can also be used to stop enemy attacks.
Sparrow counter!
Interrupt one of your own.
And I know like the exact inflection because I use because Sparrow counter is really good against like flying enemies.
There is an even more important use for the skill trigger.
Of course I haven't forgotten.
You're talking about Rengeki, right? Rengeki! So attack the enemy until it looks like it's ready for a Rengeki. Yeah, actually, if these guys are going to kill those enemies, they might not let me. There we go. So now it's ready. I think that's also faster. I think they sped up the Rengeki animation. It used to slow down a lot. So that raises morale. There's a gauge at the top right. We'll see what morale does. Rengeki is always a favorite action, so that's really the way you'll raise morale most of the time.
Very well. Shall we let him play as he wishes?
Oh, finally, I get to play as I wish.
All right, Hiseo, it's all up to you now.
All right, well, thanks for letting me play as I wish. So you also get extra experience for Rengekis, so that means you always want to be like, okay, so Rengekis are like, they make you completely immune to everything, they do a ton of damage, and they give you bonus experience, so that's why you want to do Rengekis literally all the time. Yeah, I never really bothered to check that before. I always just assumed they were programmed not to do anything. Wicked Strike, that's a later one. Is that a Scythe art? My memory gets foggy once it gets that far. Well, okay. I don't know, these guys are just hanging out, making noises, man. I feel kind of bad. I need the treasure, but...
They're ours.
I hit him up against the treasure. Yeah, this frame rate is super smooth also. Yeah, and Rengeki also gives you weapon experience. So this will level me up, so I'm already level 2. So we get all the symbol fragments, they form together into a judge's symbol.
Yeah! Awesome job!
Yeah!
Alright, let's finish off by heading for the Beast Temple.
No, this is,
Okay,
I'm going to
now
say it's
use the map to
$40.
check
I
the
got it
position,
for
just like we taught you.
maybe $49.99, but I think I got it for like $10 less for pre-ordering off of Amazon with Amazon Prime. Yeah, you kick a lot of things in this game. Kicking is kind of a recurring theme. So we have to make our way to the Beast Temple. Just run on through here real quick. Well, oh, that stuff kind of popped in a little quick. Let me see. Yeah, see. And grass, and no grass, and grass. Well, strange there, I guess. Little left over from the PS2 there. They upped your chim capacity from 99? That's really nice. I was gonna ask what they did with chims in this game, because that was always one of the most annoying parts. It's like, oh, this door needs like 50 chim spheres. I guess I have to sit here and kick things forever.
Fawcett, the god of law. We just call it the Beast statue.
Yeah, it has all 3 games, plus also like a 4th unreleased, like brand new volume, so I'm really interested in that too.
See that treasure box? That's the offering to the Beast statue.
I also like that they acknowledge, like, this thing has a name in the lore, but we just kind of call it the Beast statue.
Get in this area.
Go ahead and open it, Haseo.
You sure?
Go ahead.
Crashing issues on Steam? Yeah, I don't know. I've only got the PS4 version. I'm not still a noob. I'm a noob like N-E-W-B, as in like a new player, not an N-O-O-B. Oh man, some dry gear. I can't even equip this.
Thanks. What the?
The items in the treasure chest are your rewards.
Yes, and our reward is you.
I love taking out these pathetic noobs. It's really quite fun. Face it, an idiot like you isn't qualified to play this game.
Hey, hold on. I thought you said I could kill this one. Don't you remember? After all, this is my reward.
I can't believe we've been betrayed. That's a little unnecessary, don't you think?
Nice try, dear.
How pathetic.
Well, what do you expect from a noob who's just logged in for the first time?
Ugh, come on, say something already.
Hello?
I swear, just pretend to be their friend, and they fall all over themselves to let you PK them. Hey, you're still around, aren't you, kid? Huh? What the?
Welcome to the world.